Well, it looks like Xbox has now responded to the FTC claims that were filed recently, and it looks like we are in for yet another battle in the courtroom. So let's break that all down. Up next. What's going on, guys? It's Kalo, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and welcome to the Level Up. Alrighty, so again, we are here today to talk about Xbox versus the FTC over the Activision Blizzard merger. I mean, seriously, I thought I talked enough about this last summer, and we're just right back in the same place. It looks like the powers that be are just playing some sick, twisted joke. Well, anyways, in case you missed it, the FTC filed some claims recently that Xbox is degrading Xbox Game Pass due to price hikes and less features. And all that boils down to the fact that Xbox Game Pass standard subscribers will no longer be getting day one games, thanks to this revamped tier system. Now, I said in a previous video that the FTC isn't entirely wrong here. And I did say that it's nice to see they're finally thinking about the consumer for once. Now, on one side of it, it will be pretty damn hard, at least in my opinion, to blame the price hike on the ABK merger alone. I do think the price hike is personally pinned on inflation, because prices across the board in life are just sky high. And if we look at subscription services alone, whether that be in gaming, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, whatever you got, they're all going up too. So by that metric, I do think the FTC has a pretty bad argument there. Now, I think the toughest hurdle that Xbox must face in the courtroom is explaining why they removed day one releases from the standard Game Pass tier. Now that brings us to today, where we got an official response from Xbox. And this is what they had to say on the matter. Quote, earlier this month, Microsoft announced changes to its gaming subscription service, Game Pass, to provide consumers valuable options at different price points. Microsoft is offering a new service tier, Game Pass Standard, which offers access to hundreds of back catalog games and multiplayer functionality for $14.99 a month. It is wrong to call this a degraded version of the discontinued Game Pass for console offering. That discontinued product did not offer multiplayer functionality, which had to be purchased separately for an additional $9.99 a month, making the total cost $20.98 a month. While Game Pass Ultimate prices will increase from $16.99 to $19.99 a month, the service will offer more value through many new games available day and date. Among them is the upcoming release of Call of Duty, which has never before been available on a subscription day and date. They're pretty much pointing to the fact that Activision Blizzard content being added to Game Pass is an overall improvement to the service, which in some cases, yes, it is. I also think it's safe to assume most Game Pass subscribers exist in the Ultimate tier, where there are day one games available regardless. And Microsoft just might point to the fact that the older Game Pass for console tier wasn't enticing enough for consumers, and they needed to make a change compared to Ultimate. Now, I kinda wanna go against Xbox real quick because I always like to present both sides to this. Now, that doesn't mean that that new tier that includes multiplayer is a better deal overall. I think this depends on who you ask and who plays it. So at the end of the day, I don't think the FTC is entirely wrong here. But at the same time, I don't think they have a legit argument that could hold up in court, at least as it stands right now. At that point, you gotta wait for Microsoft to respond, submit everything, and then we can take that from there. But I do think Xbox has a big task to describe all this to people who really don't understand gaming, especially like we do. But with all that being said, I'm gonna pass it off to you guys. What do you think of Microsoft's response here? Is there anything that's gonna come of this? But that about does it here. I've been Kalo, I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and this has been the Level Up.